In Ranked on the Map Kafe, mining and dining is usually not the site everyone is rushing to pick. Most teams start with bar or kitchen, but in pro level, this site was a completely different story. At the Salt Lake City Major, defenders won mining and dining 20 out of 28 times, over 71%. And Wildcard had a setup for this site that they trusted so much, they came back to it at 7-7 overtime match point. So today we are breaking down their full mining and dining defense in their match against 5 Fears. Mira starts by opening sight holes on the left side of fireplace and then creates a rotation on the right. She also opens the dining hatch, followed by a vault rotation toward white stairs. After that, Mira opens the cocktail hatch and creates a rotation into storage. Then she opens another rotation into bathroom, combined with sight holes for tighter angles. She reinforces the piano hatch. Her Mira windows are placed with very specific pixel angles, watching both piano and bathroom. The idea is simple: delay the piano clear, deny easy map control, and force the attackers to waste time before they can even start the execute. Kaid reinforces all 3 storage walls. Then he reinforces the right bathroom wall. After that, he places both electroclaws on the wall with the Mira windows facing piano. At the start of the round, Kaid plays upstairs on the 3rd floor, around the bar area. But once the pressure gets too high, he drops down and repositions toward white stairs. Later, he rotates again toward main stairs. So Kaid is not just anchoring, he is constantly repositioning, falling back, and staying useful throughout the round. Solis creates sight holes in the floor and in the surrounding walls. Then she opens a rotation from pillar into redding. After that, she adds more vertical holes
and a rotation hole from laundry to redding.
Her main position during the round is around redding. From there, she can gather information, deny drones, and support the rest of the defense while the attackers clear from above. Mozzie places his first pest on red stairs. His second one goes on main stairs. His third pest is placed near the terrace entrance. And his fourth one goes into laundry and reinforces one wall inside train. Mozzie plays around red stairs. From there, he can waste time, deny information, and force attackers to clear him before they can safely take map control. Thorn starts by placing barbed wire on red stairs. Then she places another piece of barbed wire on white stairs. After that, she reinforces one wall near cocktail, but up to this point, she still has not used any of her razor blooms. And when I first watched the round, I was honestly wondering why she was still holding all of them. Then the idea becomes clear. She throws 3 razor blooms through the bar skylight directly onto the roof, and this is a really clever trap. The gadgets land in a very specific position. If an attacker repels into that area, the razor bloom activates. And because the attacker is stuck in the repel animation, he cannot cancel it quickly enough. Her 4th razor bloom goes into cigar. After setup, Thorn plays upstairs around cocktail and heaven. They are not over-committing everyone upstairs. Instead, they create layers of resistance. There is utility on the top floor. There are rotations to fall back. There are sight holes and pixel angles to punish careless movement. Wildcard keeps enough players close to sight, so even if the attackers take top floor control, they still have to deal with a compact and difficult final execute. And this is what makes the strategy so effective. The attackers can clear map control, but they have to spend a lot of time doing it. By the time they are ready to actually push the site, the clock is already becoming a problem. The actual round plays out in a very similar way. The attackers start by entering from the top floor. Mira gets smoked off inside logistics, but instead of just falling back immediately, she makes a very sneaky play. She walks straight through the smoke and manages to secure a kill. After that kill, she drops down and safely returns to site. At the same time, Thorn is holding upstairs around heaven, but she gets taken down by Brim, who is rappelling on the window. Downstairs, Wildcard decides to reinforce the dining walls toward white stairs. They stay closer to site and prepare for the final execute. Later, Habana comes from white stairs and opens the reinforcement. This is the moment where the attack finally starts to threaten the site directly. Then the final push begins. Kaid manages to get an important kill upward toward bar. Inside mining, a close gunfight breaks out, but the defenders win the fight. And at the same time, Solis is still ready to come from white stairs and collapse onto the attackers. They are low on time, and Wildcard still has defenders ready to swing, support, and collapse from different angles. In the end, Wildcard wins the round because they played patiently and forced the attackers to waste too much time. The only real mistake is that Thorn probably should have retreated earlier together with Mira. But overall, the strategy works exactly as intended. Wildcard wastes time, denies a clean execute, and wins the round before the attackers can properly finish their push. Later in the game, the score is tied at 7-7. It is overtime match point. And Wildcard decides to go back to mining and dining. They basically run the exact same setup again. The core structure stays almost identical. The rotations are the same, the Mira windows are the same, the way they delay the attackers is the same. Wildcard clearly trusts this setup. They already used it earlier in the game, and now, in the most important round of the match, they go back to it again. At 7-7, on overtime match point, you do not pick a setup unless you believe it can win you the map. Thorn is currently playing inside piano. She hears an attacker rappelling on the windows, and instead of falling back, she decides to risk everything. She jumps out of the window and gets the kill. This is a huge play, and puts even more pressure on the execute. Then Mira finds another important pick. She has a very strong angle from Cocktail all the way toward the Reading entrance, and from this position, she catches another attacker trying to move through. After that, the round starts falling apart for the attackers. Kaid finds 2 kills near Red Stairs. The last attacker tries one desperate play. He attempts a hot breach into Cocktail, but Mira shuts it down immediately. And with that, Wildcard closes the round. They win mining and dining again. They win overtime match point. And they win Kafe with a final score of 8-7. To be fair, Wildcard also defended mining and dining in round 6, and they actually lost that round. But in round 6, they played a completely different setup, and that setup did not work. They go back to the setup that actually gave them control, structure, and time-wasting potential. The setup works twice. The first time, it wastes enough time to deny the execute. And the second time, under maximum pressure, it wins them the entire map. Thanks for watching.
I think the most interesting thing we can maybe see is where Forest chooses to lurk from on the Nook, or this C4. If it can land, it does. But it won't eliminate the Nook, only tag her up.
Forest, just narrowly avoids the Razor Bloom too. We saw earlier Fens opening up some of those, I believe one of the Mira windows inside Freezer, and once more, no information on this top floor hold from 5 Fears. The Mira sprints through the smoke on Freezer door, takes out the Nook, and is free to now fall back to the bomb site. He gets away, and 5 Fears through 2 rounds have no response for these early deaths.
Still a lack of info being punished from Wildcard. Fantastic discipline there from Baby Shark, saying, you know what, it'll be a matter of time for the Force to clear me out here. Rival at least trapping Bay in a corner to equalize now, as the rest of 5 Fears have cleared this top floor, but it's taken almost 2 minutes, and they can't even get any vertical directly in the bomb site. They could at least get some over from Piano looking into Train. That's the basically connecting room between both bomb sites here. Maybe get some pressure established over from bottom white as well, getting some boogie drones down, at least in reading room, as a lot of defenders like to position themselves in a crossfire angle, playing by reading room to help deal with an execute towards the final 30-second mark. Rival also rotating, using some Grin canisters to clear out that little chandelier position. But in the meantime, 5 Fears still spending so much time just preparing to enter into the bomb site. I don't know if they'll have enough time to clear out these power spots Wildcard have just set themselves up in.
I don't know if they have enough info available either. You could see towards the tail end of that top floor clear, they were face checking all the angles in Cocktail, etc. Rival even had to use one of his Grims just to see if there was anyone playing Dark Spot, because his drone couldn't get through thanks to the Mozzie. Kansan lurking on those brown stairs, just waiting for a flank. He gets the pick on the Fens on Heaven. Or sorry, on Nubal. Cotton Cold also getting a kill on the Rival. JJ is trapped between 2 players. He's finally finished off by Baby Shark, and Wildcard shut down 5 Fears after a successful top floor hold. They do not allow 5 Fears into the bomb site either.